Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Troop, reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Thursday, December 5th. Tonight, we report on Soap Lake Police looking to identify a man but won't say why, and how the Ephrata Police received a special donation. In sports, Bob Kirkpatrick reports on how Big Bend is doing in basketball. Our spotlight story tonight is about a Moses Lake man remembering Evel Knievel. And we have the latest on the cold temperatures in the Columbia Basin in our weather forecast tonight. Our top story tonight, Soap Lake Police are looking to identify a man but won't say why. In an unusual move, Soap Lake Police released a photo of a man seeking to identify him, but Police Chief Glenn Quantz wouldn't say whether he is a suspect or a witness or how it is connected to a crime. The photo appears to be from surveillance footage taken on November 13th. Quantz did say he's a person of interest in some sort of criminal activity and we're looking to identify him. Mayor Raymond Gravel, who shared the photo through Facebook, also didn't have any further information and said he planned to ask the chief about the photo. Police agencies often release photos when they are looking for a person of interest or a suspect. They normally list what the crime was, when and where it took place, and how the person is involved. Soap Lake Police are asking people who recognize the man to contact them at 509-246-1122. The Ephrata Police received a new Hummer and some donations to help make it look nice. Reporter Vivian Huang has the story.
The Ephrata Police Department recently received a large donation, a Hummer from the military. Police Chief Mike Warren recently told the City Council about the vehicle and how donations changed it from a surplus military vehicle to a useful tool for public relations.
Actually, we were notified by the Fort Lewis that they had some vehicles that they no longer needed and wanted to know if we would have any use for it. And so we decided that we were going to go pick it up. We painted it white, thanks to Ephrata Auto Body. Sergeant Glenn Marriott actually did all the legwork on it and spoke with local businessmen, and we were able to get it painted for free. And then signs by Terry put the signs on it, the emblems on the truck for us for nothing. And then we had the actual signs on it, which is the police department signs, and that you'll see on it when you look at the video, were actually donated by a company out of Spokane. So we were able to put this together and at no cost to the department.
Chief Warren states that the Humvee will be used for parades, touch-a-truck events, as well as school events.
No, I haven't had a chance to drive it yet. Our city administrator, Wes Crago's driven it a few times. In fact, he's going to be driving it for a Miracle on Main Street. And I anticipate driving it when the weather gets a little warmer.
For iFIBER 1 News, this is Vivian Huang.
Ephrata residents won't need to wear a helmet when riding their bikes. Without any discussion, the Ephrata Council decided not to do anything concerning a proposal to require residents to wear a helmet to ride their bikes. The proposal was brought by Council Member Mark Wonke. City Administrator Wes Crago said the council last looked at a bicycle helmet ordinance in 2012. The council members at the time chose not to pursue an ordinance requiring bicycle helmets. Instead of a fine, the City Council voiced support for education and giving helmets to children through their bike rodeo. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DLC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be right back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER One Weather Center, sports, and more news.
Are you worried that your home might not meet today's safety standards? Eastern Washington Home Inspection standards for home safety are among the highest in the industry. We provide the highest level of inspection service and provide a detailed report with digital photos of any structural damage or other problems that might make your home unsafe. Our head inspector, Dennis Chamberlain, along with his son Cody, are fully qualified inspectors who make your safety their priority. We inspect for your peace of mind. Call us at 509-347-6425.
Call us crazy, but we like to think a clean car runs a little better. Increase the value of your truck, car, boat, or RV at Avila Detailing in Moses Lake by giving it that special look you've been waiting for. Beat the heat with tinted windows. Let us shampoo or reupholster the inside of your ride. You put in a lot of miles this summer. Isn't it about time for a tune-up? And keep in mind that we offer free pickup and drop-off. Like us on Facebook for our weekly specials. Avila Detailing in Moses Lake. Give your ride what it deserves.
Hello everyone, good to be with you. This is meteorologist Erica Rascaeta with your local weather report at the One News Weather Center, brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Well, taking a look at the headlines, wind chill watch in effect until at least December 7th at 10 a.m. thanks to these strong wind gusts that we're going to continue to see. And wind gusts between 20 and 35 miles per hour, so will be a few breezy ones, what we're expecting here across most of the Columbia Basin and across most of the Northwest, really. Tonight, though, chance of snow and flurries, especially across higher elevations, and then it's been pretty chilly outside, but we're expecting even colder temperatures throughout the next few days. So if we're taking a look at conditions throughout the past 24 hours across iFIBER, highs only reached into the mid-20s. We should have been in the mid-30s, and those overnight lows were definitely chilly. I hope you had your jacket this morning as you were heading out. Overnight lows did dip down into the teens, and the same goes for the Columbia Basin. Dry conditions, though, slightly cooler there, and highs only reaching into the mid-20s. So temperatures have definitely been below average, and we're seeing that right now. If you're stepping out to take the mail or just getting home, we are noticing that chill in the air. Temperatures in the teens with partly cloudy skies. Dew points very low, so it is pretty dry out there, and winds from the north-northeast, a bit breezy between 15 and 20 miles an hour, but keep in mind that they could be gusting as high as 30 to 35 miles per hour, so the temperatures will definitely feel much cooler than the actual temperature when you have that wind chill factor. Apart from that, winds from the north, so those clouds and that cold Arctic air working its way down into most of Washington, leaving us with very chilly temperatures, and that's going to continue to be the case throughout the next few days. So Thursday into Friday, we're going to continue to see that, as we can see a few more clouds, mostly cloudy skies, but apart from that, dry conditions, a chance of some precipitation, maybe some light snow or flurries across the higher elevations. Apart from that, dry conditions, but it will be chilly. Now, the next system slowly approaching. The majority of the precipitation as far as Friday will remain to the south of us, and that goes for portions of Washington also, and also most of the inland northwest, mostly dry, just a few flurries across higher elevations. And then going into the weekend, we're expecting another chill in the air, but at least we are expecting to remain relatively dry with a little bit more sunshine throughout each afternoon until the next system approaches for the start of the next work week. So what we can expect as far as Friday, mostly to partly sunny skies expected all day long, but very chilly temperatures in the teens, 20s. Some areas could reach that 30-degree mark. And for us here across the Columbia Basin, temperatures all across, the consensus really will be in the lower 20s. Some areas near Bridgeport could even see the teens as the high throughout the afternoon on Friday. So if we're taking a look at the extended outlook, as I just mentioned, basically the main story here is those chilly temperatures we're expecting throughout the next few days. And not only that, but wind chill values will be feeling like minus 11 degrees out there. So it's definitely going to be pretty chilly. Highs in the teens and low 20s. Very cold, especially for the weekend. And then we could see some break in precipitation, possibly some sunshine, and then the showers return for Wednesday. That's all for now at the moment. This weather report was brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back as always with some sports.
There's something new and exciting happening right now at your nearest Toyota dealer. It's the arrival of the all-new 2014 Corolla, now featuring a new stylish exterior, plus a premium interior loaded with technology, including Toyota's N-Tune multimedia system with navigation. Corolla has definitely evolved. The best part is, right now you could take advantage of special introductory savings. The new 2014 Corolla, available at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places.
We believe in home and all the magical things that come with it. We believe in living rooms with forts made from sofa cushions and blankets. We believe in the man cave, the woman cave, and finally, we believe that our calling in life is to find the home that's perfect for you. Coldwell Banker, fulfilling dreams for over 100 years.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's sports. The 12th annual Ryan Flock Memorial Basketball Tournament takes place at Big Bend Community College Saturday. 3 high school and 1 college game will be on tap. The first game puts the Soap Lake boys against La Crosse at 12:30 p.m. That contest will be followed by the Running Vikes and Skagit Valley Cardinals game at 2. Moses Lake Christian Academy girls play Odessa at 4, and the Moses Lake Christian Academy boys close out the tournament against Odessa at 6. Gate receipts and donations from the games go to the Ryan Flock Memorial Scholarship Foundation that supports student athletes graduating from Class B high schools in Eastern Washington. iFIBER Communications will be broadcasting the Running Vikes game live. Seahawks coach Pete Carroll says the club is still awaiting word on any possible discipline coming for cornerback Brandon Browner, who might return to practice this week. Browner was expected to be out at least 6 weeks, but has progressed quicker than anticipated from a groin injury suffered in Week 10 at Atlanta. As for a possible suspension awaiting Browner, Carroll said the team has no idea when word might be coming down from the NFL. Wide receiver Percy Harvin was expected to return to practice Wednesday, but did not, leaving his status in doubt when the Seahawks travel to San Francisco Sunday for a game with the 49ers. The University of Washington has selected Marcus Tuiasosopo as their interim head coach for the Huskies' upcoming bowl game after Steve Sarkisian left to take the head coaching job at USC. Washington Athletic Director Scott Woodward announced the decision on Wednesday afternoon. Tuiasosopo was Washington's quarterbacks coach this past season and met with Woodward on Wednesday. The 34-year-old Tuiasosopo was a star quarterback at Washington from 1997 to 2000, leading the Huskies to a Rose Bowl title in 2000. Although bowl announcements will not be released until Sunday, the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl in San Francisco seems to be the front-running destination for the Huskies. The Washington State Cougars continue practice in hopes of their first invitation to a bowl game since 2003. Coach Mike Leach believes WSU has a good chance of receiving an invite because the team played a tough schedule and won 2 of their final 3 games. The Wenatchee Wild is back on the ice at the Town Toyota Center for a 2-game series with the Johnstown Tomahawks. The puck drops at 7 p.m. for the Friday and Saturday night contests. Well, be sure and tune in tomorrow night for the wrestling match between Quincy and Ephrata. The action gets underway at 7 p.m. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
I know. You go to DQ, you're thinking Blizzard. But here's a little best-kept secret, the DQ chicken strip basket. They call it whole tenderloin. I call it #delicious. They marinate them up, season them 5 times, flavor inside and out. These crispy chicken strips are so good. They're like Blizzard good. Is that too far?
Not at all, Alan. The chicken strip basket, now only $4.49 at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Boom. Wink.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Daryl Olson, reminiscing about when Evel Knievel lived in Moses Lake. Here to tell us about it is reporter Jeff Chu.
Moses Lake's Daryl Olson was just a teenager when he met the man in the early 60s who would become Evel Knievel, the legendary motorcycle jumping daredevil. Daryl became friends with the guy he first knew as Bob Knievel. They rode together with their motorcycle club until Knievel moved away after about 5 years in Moses Lake to hit the big time in the late 1960s. Daryl still has film footage he shot at age 15 of Knievel's first motorcycle track in Moses Lake.
The film that you may be able to see here was one of Evel Knievel's original racetracks that he built in Moses Lake where now stands the Moses Lake Auto Wrecking truck yard. There's no sign of the track there anymore.
Darrell described the track where he says Knievel made his first ramp-to-ramp jump on a regular street bike like those everyone else rode off-road as well. Darrell was there to witness the jump.
In my best recollection is his first jump. There's other versions where it was in Yakima, but there definitely was a jump in Moses Lake prior to his Yakima jump. And I think that was the very beginnings and start of his career as a ramp-to-ramp jumper.
Darrell remembers how Bob Knievel got his show name.
He was a member of our motorcycle club at one point. It was called the Nomads back them days.
Moses Lake?
Moses Lake. And one of the fellow club members, a fellow by the name of Barry Bales, at one of our club meetings, kind of looked at Bob and he said, you know, you're evil, because he's always thinking up something to do. And so we started calling him Evil Knievel in our clubhouse, even though there's other descriptions of where he got the name Evil Knievel, but we never heard that from anybody until after Barry Bales said that, and then he became, at least here in Moses Lake, Evil Knievel. And where his shop is currently the Edward Jones building there on Broadway.
He last saw Knievel when he visited friends in Moses Lake.
20 years after he'd left, he pretty much done doing most of his stunts, but he came back to Moses Lake because he still liked it here, and he had friends here, and his favorite hangout was the Porter House. And by then I had attained the age to join him in there and have a brew, and during the conversation he said he has something for me, and he went out to his motorhome and he brought me back a copy of his documentary Last of the Gladiators, which I felt very privileged to have a copy of that from him.
Darrell's brother, who now lives in Spokane, still rides the motorcycle that their father, Ralph, bought from Knievel in Moses Lake. It was a 1962 250 Matchless. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
A massage at Not Release Therapies is far more than mere luxury. We strive to improve your health and well-being in the process. The stress of everyday life adds up and can cause depression, even bodily harm. That's why our professionals make it their mission to rejuvenate your body and mind. Enjoy the benefits of body wraps, sunless airbrush tanning, aroma steam therapy, and much more. In our opinion, everyone deserves a day of relaxation and peace of mind. Not Release Therapies in Moses Lake, where relaxation means good health.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Clary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
In Northwest News, a mother in Vancouver, Washington, live tweeted about a deadly crash, only to find out later her husband was the one killed. KOIN reporter Joel Iwanaga has the heartbreaking story.
She is a wife and mother, well known in Portland area social media circles. Her Twitter handle, Scancouver, and often tweets about Clark County traffic.
You already feel for the people that are involved. This, for me, took it up to the next level. I feel like I somewhat have a relationship with this person.
State Trooper Will Finn is in charge of Washington State Patrol's Twitter feed and knows the victim's wife through social media. The wife unknowingly live tweeted her husband's death. Not knowing the victim in the rollover two-vehicle collision was her husband, she tweeted just after 2 p.m. this afternoon, quote, "OMG, that is so horrible."
And as I went back through her postings, it appeared that her husband was kind of missing somewhere. She was unable to connect with him via telephone or work or wherever it may be she was trying to call him.
Then as the afternoon wore on, she tweeted, "I'm trying not to panic, but my husband left work early and he drives 2:05 to get home. He's not answering his phone." Minutes later, "I am freaking out now," followed by, "and now my kids are home from school."
A local 911 center was calling saying, hey, we have somebody that's very concerned and is calling. Kind of put two and two together, and that's when we made that connection.
After some back and forth with officers, the agonizing wait was over. The heartbreaking news, a 4-word tweet simply saying, quote, it's him. He died.
And it weighs heavy, and you feel for them and you feel for that family. Although we do in every situation, this one hit home just a little bit harder this time.
And a woman driving a second car involved in the incident was taken to a hospital with serious injuries, a broken femur and a collapsed lung. Police are still investigating the cause of the crash. Last week, thieves set fire to a Grant County home to cover up their theft. In Seattle, a thief is accused of trying to blow up a business where he reportedly stole more than $500,000 worth of wine. KOMO's Kristen Drew gives us the story.
Once the burglars got inside Esquin's wine storage, police say they removed locker doors by unscrewing the hinges. The suspects then stole more than $500,000 worth of wine.
I do not understand how somebody could be that desperate to steal that much alcohol.
The burglars disabled the alarm motion sensors and spray painted the surveillance cameras, but the owner was still able to identify at least one of them. The suspect rented a storage locker here.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
At least 450 people store their rare and high-end wine bottles at Esquin. It was some of those bottles the men loaded into an SUV, making at least 9 trips during a 13-hour period.
It's shocking how someone could get in for that long and do that much damage.
When the property manager arrived hours later, he smelled gas, then saw a flame coming from the gas line. Police say if the gas had reached the flame, it could have caused a massive explosion. About 30 people were working in this building at the time.
That's pretty extravagant to try and blow up an entire building after stealing wine. Like, wow.
Police arrested suspect Samuel Harris on Monday at his South Seattle home, where they also served a search warrant. Inside, they found a black bag that contained a list of wines, printout of wine descriptions, and correspondence between Harris and a San Francisco wine consultant. Court documents say Harris wanted to sell $100,000 worth of wine in exchange for cash.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.